Okay, hey guys, it is a lazy Sunday around our household. We actually were to the doctor this morning with our two little boys. They both are sick with some kind of respiratory illness. Thankfully it's not COVID though, so we're grateful about that. But I just wanted to do kind of something special today that I intended to do yesterday, and then the day got away from us. But we are gonna have date night tonight. Brent and I need it. We haven't had very much quality time together at all lately because things have been nuts. And then also 3 weeks into a health program, you don't really think that date night is synonymous with healthy eating, okay? So we're gonna try to debunk that and show you how you can still have a date night while on the Optavia 5-in-1 plan. Now, we are following our fuelings as normal all day long. I just made a really good grilled cheese for lunch. I'm like perfecting the art of the grilled cheese. I think I have it down now. I'll have to make a separate video about that. But what I did is we got a new waffle maker because we ruined our other one. We didn't realize you weren't supposed to wash it with soap, and it took the nonstick coating off, so everything was sticking. And we found the perfect recipe to do waffles with any of your Optavia fuelings, and I'll share with you what that is. So I took the brownie fueling, the decadent chocolate brownie, okay, and one fueling has made 2 waffles. You can see they're pretty big. Okay, so I have 2 waffles made from one fueling. Now, I added the fueling to a bowl, and then I mixed in 2 tablespoons of this ready egg product. You can do liquid egg whites, egg beaters, whatever. 3 tablespoons of this is 25 calories. I used 2. So that can either count towards your lean. Some people count it as a condiment. Some people don't count it at all. It's kind of up to your preference. So I did 2 tablespoons of that and then 2 tablespoons of water, and that made the perfect consistency to make these 2 brownie things. Now what we're doing is we're gonna make ice cream sandwiches with this. So I have 2 for Brenton, and I have 2 for myself over here. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I have some sugar-free Cool Whip, which counts as a healthy snack on plan. I have 2 tablespoons of that for 20 calories, so that is a healthy snack. I put it in the microwave for just a second, and as you can see, I mixed in some PB2. I just got this today at Walmart. This is 90% less fat. It has 6 grams of protein, and it is peanut butter, basically dehydrated. So I mixed in 1 tablespoon of that. Now you could have 2 for a healthy snack. I only mixed in 1 tablespoon. So this is a healthy snack and a half going to our dessert tonight. So I mixed it up well. And then I'm just gonna put the dollop of the mixture right on my brownie. Make sure you get every last bit. And it's pretty soft, but it's gonna firm back up. So I'm gonna spread it around. This is just my PB2 and my sugar-free Cool Whip, which is going to make like kind of a little ice cream sandwich here. And I figured that that would be the perfect treat to have on date night. Okay, so normally when we do date night, we would go out to dinner, and that was like dates always revolve around food, so that hasn't changed, but we're just trying to make it healthy here. And obviously with COVID, we're not gonna be going out. So this is what it looks like. It looks delicious. I'm going to put this in Glad wrap, and we are gonna just leave it in the freezer for the rest of the day. So it's going to turn out to be like an ice cream sandwich. And that is gonna be our dessert, which we will eat that for our last fueling of the night. So we are gonna have a 2-hour break between our lean and green, which is gonna be dinner, and I'll show you that later this afternoon, and then our dessert, which is gonna be our last fueling. So there will be a 2-hour break, and I told Brenton, I think we can even sneak in, maybe, I think we can sneak in a little appetizer. We'll see. So that's gonna go in the freezer. I'm gonna repeat the same thing with the other one. Now, speaking of date night, okay, girls, I am clearly in my Sunday, you know, lounging around the house garb, and as much as I want to just leave that on, I'm going to get dressed tonight, okay? So I am gonna take a bath and do my hair, maybe put a little makeup on, probably wear a dress, because you gotta keep it real, guys. We have 5 kids and we don't get a lot of time together. So when we have date night, I like to do it right. I'm gonna set the table. Just so you have a little heads up what's on the menu, we're actually gonna be having sirloin, which I'm really excited about. So you get 5 ounces of sirloin for your lean on program. So we'll each have 5 ounces of that, and I'm gonna try a new garlic cauliflower mash recipe. So instead of mashed potatoes, we'll have mashed cauliflower, and that'll count as probably 2 of our greens. And then I got some broccolini, which I love broccolini, and I'll probably saute that for our third serving of greens. So cauliflower mash, broccolini, and steak. I think it's gonna feel really decadent. Sounds like a good night to me. Obviously no alcohol on program, but I can show you what I got. These are on program. Oh, they're hidden in the back. I'll have to pull them out later and show you. They're in the back of the fridge. But I did get some Trader Joe's sparkling water, and they had a lemon ginger flavor, and I feel like that will be kind of just refreshing, and we can have it over ice in our fancy glasses and still feel like we're having a beverage. I did do a Trader Joe's run yesterday, which I had to go a long way. I was going to the area, like to the city anyway, and so I just decided to go to Trader Joe's. But I got tons of things, and I need to just get my lazy butt to do a haul video. I also went to a thrift store yesterday and got a bunch of new clothes because I am 17 pounds down and my clothes are not fitting. So the baby's crying in the back. That's my cue to go feed her, and I will be back with the rest of this day as I prepare for date night on Optavia 5-in-1. Okay guys, so Brenton just ran up to school to get some stuff done before the week, and so I'm at home prepping for date night, and I want to try to get as much done early in the day as I can so that I don't have to like look at the mess and worry about it the rest of the day. I will show you my kitchen, guys, is a big mess right now, actually. So anyway, so one of the things about date night that I think is special is we have wedding china that we rarely use, but when we're gonna make a steak for just the two of us, I like to pull that out. So over here, I have a couple of fancy glasses, my wedding china, and some silverware, and we're just gonna eat on that tonight. Sorry, I have a little helper trying to get in the camera over here. I'm not gonna set the table because we have to feed the kids first and get them down to bed. All of date night is contingent on that. Also, nothing wrong with Netflix and chilling. I mean, that's a good staple, but I wanted something a little different tonight. So we decided it's January and we are on this new health journey. And so one of the things I wanted to do was make a vision board together. So I've got the supplies out here to make a vision board. I've got a couple different magazines, some about men, some about women, some about home, some about parenting. And then I've got glue and scissors and a poster board. So we're going to sit down together tonight and we're just going to kind of have like meaningful conversation about what we want this year to look like and the things that are important to us and to our family. And I think it'll be a really good time together. Oh, my hair looks all kinds of crazy today. I think it'll be a really good time together and I'm really excited about it. So fingers crossed the kids go to bed. I'll show you the rest of the menu on the Optavia 5-in-1 plan as I move along, getting that ready. And then I'll just do the steaks and the broccolini like right before. So yeah. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you one of the side dishes that we're having tonight in our lean and green, and that is going to be cauliflower mashed potatoes, so mashed cauliflower. I love to cook, and so I usually have been having fun with the lean and green so far in plan. There's probably a little extra work just because there's multiple steps to it, but I'm going to show you what you need. So I have got a bag of fresh rice cauliflower. Now, this is not the frozen kind. I felt like the fresh would work better from this. This is from Trader Joe's. I'm going to do a cup of that for each of us because we get half a cup for one serving and we get 3 servings of vegetables. I'm going to use half a cup of chicken stock, reduced sodium, which is going to be counting as half of a condiment. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, which between the two of us will count as half of a condiment. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of garlic, which will count as half of a condiment. And then also 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt, also counting as half a condiment. And I have a couple spices that I'm going to throw in there. Some people count every last spice they put in, and you definitely can. Brent and I drink 128 ounces of water a day. The spices are more just a concern from the sodium perspective. So as long as you're flushing your body, I don't generally count the spices. Like I counted the garlic, but otherwise I don't generally count the spices in our condiments. But that's to each person's preference. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 cups of the cauliflower into my pan over here, turn it on to simmer with half a cup of chicken stock and 1 teaspoon of garlic, and then I'm gonna mash it all up in a blender and I'll show you what we get. Okay, in the pot, I do have 2 cups of cauliflower and 1 cup of chicken stock. I said I was gonna only add a half cup, but I feel like that wasn't enough and it needed a full cup to properly boil. If I feel like it's gonna be too runny, I will drain some of the chicken stock out before I go to mash it. I have this set on about 6, so medium to medium high heat. So we're just gonna let this cook probably for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna put a lid on and set the timer. Okay guys, so as you can see, this cooked down quite a bit. It's a little runnier than I would love to see my mashed cauliflower, but I think what I'm gonna do is, this is an oven safe container, so I am going to bake this to warm it up later. I'm just gonna put it in the fridge right now. So I just cooked that for it took about 12 minutes. I poured it into a blender with only half of the chicken stock, but then realized it wasn't gonna blend up without more liquid, so I did put that in there. But like I said, it is a little bit runny. I might take a paper towel and try to just sort of soak up some of that liquid around the edges. Yeah, because there's definitely some sitting liquid on top, but that's okay. I'm going to mix in 2 tablespoons of this non-fat Greek yogurt. Which the nice thing about the Greek yogurt is that it's really thick. Sorry, I gotta grab my tablespoon measure. I was not prepared. So I'm gonna mix in 2 tablespoons of this Greek yogurt, which will give it a nice tang. I really love Greek yogurt in place of sour cream. I really haven't missed the sour cream. And you can have sour cream on plan, but even with light sour cream, I would have only gotten 1 tablespoon, and I just like the extra zing that this provides. And the extra creaminess that it provides. Okay, so that's 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Since I'm gonna bake this in the oven, I decided, and I misspoke. It is well, no, hold on, let me check. Nope, it is 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna put 1 tablespoon in the actual cauliflower mix, and then I'm gonna put 1 on top so that it can brown when it's in the oven to warm up later. So I'm gonna save 1 for the top, and I'm gonna put 1 in there. I'm just gonna put a couple of twists of black pepper, and like I told you before, I don't count my spices, but you should really on plan. I've chosen not to, and I've still had success. Just do a little dash or 2 of parsley just for some color, and I might put some parsley on top too with my cheese. And then I'm just gonna do just a little bit of thyme, dried thyme, just to give it some flavor. So let me get another spoon. Man, I am unprepared here, guys. Like I always say, not a professional YouTuber. Okay. So I'm gonna stir in all that yummy goodness. And on the Optavia 5-in-1 plan, for those of you that don't know, you do get 3 condiments a day, and there's a whole list I'm going off of your condiment list here. It tells you what things are. I'm notorious for only using half the amount that they say you can have, so then I have 6 half condiments a day to make my 3. That yogurt really helped the consistency of this, guys. It kind of thickened it up a little, gave it some more creaminess. So I think this is gonna be delicious with the steaks. Perfect for date night. All right, so it's all mixed together. I'm just gonna kind of smooth out the top. And I also thought baking it to warm it up might help, it smells delicious. Baking it might help to thicken it up a little bit. All right. My dad was in catering when he was young, and he always taught us to have everything neat and clean. So things like swiping the edge of the bowl to make it pretty, that's on you, Dad. Okay, so then I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of parsley right on top for some color. And I'm gonna take the other tablespoon of my Parmesan cheese. And remember, this is going to be for the 2 of us. So we're gonna split this bowl. This has 2 servings in it. And I'm just gonna spread this evenly all over the top. And that way, when we put it in the oven to warm up, I'm gonna maybe broil it for a minute, and this will get nice and crispy, crunchy on top. How can you be on a diet and have this? I don't know. It's not a diet, it's a health plan. It's a lifestyle change, guys. And we're loving it so far. I'm excited. Tomorrow's our weigh-in. Our weekly weigh-in is on Monday morning. So we're gonna weigh in, do our pictures, and I'm excited to see where we are. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of Glad Wrap over this. As you can see, it looks so delicious. That's gonna be warmed up in the oven when we have our steak. All right. Already today, but I went to Trader Joe's yesterday, and this is one of the products I got. Like I mentioned earlier, no alcohol is allowed on the program, so we won't be drinking tonight on our date night. However, I thought if we put this in a fancy cup, it might make us feel kind of like we were still sipping on a beverage. So this is the lemon and ginger juice flavor. I'm actually not sure if Brenton's gonna like it, but I'll think it's okay. It is 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 sodium, which I love that compared to Diet Dr. Pepper or something. 0 sugar. And so I think it's gonna be really good. Now lemon juice generally does count on the plan as a condiment, but we're gonna let that slide. Like I said, we're drinking plenty of water. And it's only 2% juice. So it's gonna be some seltzer water with a little flavor. I do have some fancy glasses. I'm gonna pour those in and I'll show you when I take you over to the table. All right, so it is about 6:30 and we're getting ready to put these steaks on the grill. I just have two sirloin center cut steaks. They look really good. I usually buy them at Sam's, but I didn't go to Sam's today. I just grabbed these at Walmart. This whole container is just over 1 pound. So we're gonna go ahead and cook both of them up. We need to eat 5 ounces of steak. So once they're cooked, and that's cooked weight. So once they're cooked, we're gonna put them on the food scale, cut back the portion that we don't need and probably save that for like a salad or something later in the week. And we are gonna go ahead and just have some steaks. I'm literally just going to put some fresh cracked pepper on them. Brenton's gonna grill them on the charcoal grill outside, and I'll show you how the rest of the meal comes together. All right, guys, so I am ready for date night. As you can see, I have the candles lit, the table set. Here is this seltzer water I was talking about. I'm about to pour that into our glasses. I think so much of this is about the experience, because normally on a date, or at least for us, if food was involved, and we still are gonna have good, clean, healthy food, but like, okay, no alcohol, that's fine, but let's still drink out of fancy glasses. Let's still eat on nice plates. So I think that is a good thing to still make it feel special and different than just the average night. Okay, so as you can see, hopefully you can hear me over the fan. This is smoking hot. I've got a cast iron skillet on the stove top with just some broccolini in it. This is going to be one of our greens for tonight. I just sprayed it with some of this olive oil spray. I sprinkled it with a tiny bit of garlic powder, and I put some black pepper on it. I'm just wilting it down. I put a little bit of water in there because Brenton likes his a little bit more done. But it's gonna be nice and charred. That's one of the benefits to using the cast iron skillet. It's gonna be nice and charred and delicious. I actually prefer broccolini to broccoli. I love it, so I'm really excited. You can't always find it. This was a Trader Joe's find. It cooks up really quickly on this hot pan, and it's gonna be phenomenal. So we think our charcoal got wet or something. It's not working, so we're gonna throw these on this screaming hot skillet. It's a seasoned cast iron. I just cooked the broccolini in it, and we're gonna let these giant, look at these steaks, they're like baseball sirloin. But Brenton likes them that way because then he can have the middle kind of rare. We are going to munch on a little bit of an appetizer here while our steaks are cooking. Now, normally we don't do appetizers while we're on Optavia. We just do our lean and green, but it is date night, so we're gonna, I guess you could call this cheating with a couple cucumbers. We do get to have a healthy fat because that sirloin is really lean, so I'm counting that as a lean meat. A leaner meat. Here is our cauliflower jalapeno dip. This is also from Trader Joe's. We've never tried it before. We can have, you could have 3 tablespoons of the healthy fat, but we'll probably have about a tablespoon and a half. We don't need the full healthy fat, but it's 40 calories per 2 tablespoons, so we'll probably take about 30 calories worth. This cauliflower jalapeno dip, it comes with cream cheese, ricotta cheese, and Parmesan cheese with cauliflower base. So we're interested to try that in our little cucumbers. All right, guys, so here's the finished product, Optavia style date night. Don't let that fool you. That's mashed cauliflower, broccolini, 5 ounces of steak. It's literally gonna be delicious. I'm gonna put a little A1 on my steak as a condiment. My husband will not be doing that. All right, honey, how was dinner?
It was delicious. We had the steak, which was cooked to perfection. A little too rare for Abby, so, you know, she had to cook hers a little longer. She likes to, never mind, I'll stop. Then we had, the broccolini. I don't think I'd ever had broccolini before. So that was really good. I like that. And then the I don't even know what all was in the cauliflower, but that was absolutely delicious. So overall,
did it feel like we were on a health program when we were eating it?
Absolutely not.
No.
It felt like I was eating at a restaurant.
I know.
Delicious.
I feel like we're gonna gain weight in the morning, but I hope not. We followed plan.
It was all on plan, but it's amazing what you can eat when you portion correctly and you have the correct ratio of protein and veggies. It's a lot of food, even though it's a healthy amount of food.
And we cut down our steaks. So we cooked it, it was 1.13 pounds. And we're each supposed to have 5 ounces. So a lot of it cooked out, but we probably took off about 4 ounces, I would say. The dog enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So.
Fed the dog steak. It almost broke my heart. But
okay.
wasn't enough for another lean, so make it work.
And we did get the kids in bed. Well,
almost.
Minus that one. Huh? Oh. Okay, guys. I would call date night a success. We're about to have our last fueling of the night. That's the ice cream hack you saw me make earlier. So let's try it. Ooh.
It's really good.
Hits the spot. All right, guys. Have a good night.